welcome back to my channel. My name is Anastasia Sirait with IDN 41911111064. Now on this video, I will explain to you about philosophy of mathematics education. On this video, I will explain several subtopics as follows. First, philosophy of education. Second, philosophy of mathematics education. Third, mathematics education. And the last, the relationship between philosophy of mathematics and mathematics education. Before we learn about philosophy of mathematics, we must know about definition of philosophy of education. So guys, in a broad sense, it can be said that the philosophy of education is philosophical talks about education. There are several schools of philosophy that so influence the philosophy of education, such as first, analytical philosophy. Analytical educational philosophy doesn't address and doesn't discuss substantive propositions or factual and normative issues about education. This philosophy analyzes and describes educational terms and concepts such as teaching, ability, education, and so on. The second is progressivism. This philosophy argues that education is not just transferring knowledge to children, but also training thinking abilities and skill by providing the right stimuli. Education is a life process, not preparing children for the future. Education is a process of life itself, so the individual needs of children must be prioritized, not subject matter oriented. The third is existentialism. This philosophy states that the main goal of education is not so that students are helped how to overcome their existential problems, but so that they can fully experience their existence. Existentialist educators will measure educational outcomes not solely on what students have learned and known, but more importantly, what they are able to know and experience. Existentialist educators reject education with an indoctrination system. The fourth is Reconstructionism. This philosophy argues that education is a social reform that requires a modern civilization renaissance. Reconstructionist educators see that education and social reform are actually the same thing. They view the curriculum as problem-centered. Education must also have the courage to answer George S. Chou's question, "Their schools build a new social order?" Now, I will explain to you about second subtopics, namely philosophy of mathematics education. According to Wayne, 1973, mathematics education is a study of those aspects of the basic nature and history of mathematics and the psychology of learning and teaching that will contribute to the understanding of teachers in their work with students. Together with the study and analysis of school curricula, principles of teaching and learning, principles that underlie the development and practice of its use in the classroom. The philosophy of mathematics education can be divided into three types, namely, first, ontology of mathematics education. Ontology is a theory of what is and deals with that which is not bound by particular embodiment. Mathematics view from this aspect of ontology has the view to examine how to look for a careful core of every fact in that is found, discuss what we want to know, how far we want to know, investigate the nature of what is fundamentally real. The second, mathematical epistemology. Epistemology is one part of philosophy where thinking is reflective of aspects of knowledge such as possibility, origin, nature, limits, assumption and foundation, validity and reliability to the truth of knowledge. With concrete, contextual, and measurable concepts, mathematics can provide accurate answers. The development of a person's mental structure depends on the knowledge that students acquire through the process of assimilation and accommodation. The third, mathematical axiology. Axiology is the values which measures will be used in someone developing knowledge. So, if you from the aspect of axiology, mathematics is like other science which very much contributes to change in human life in this mortal universe. Everything science in this world cannot separate it from the influence of mathematics. The philosophy of mathematics education, according to Ernest and Martin, 2009, includes three things, namely, first, the goals and values of mathematics education. The second, learning theory, and the last one is teaching theory. Okay, let's see for the first point, the goals and values of mathematics education. Mathematics education should be able to strengthen students. This means that students think mathematics in everyday life and are able to use it as a practice of applying mathematics. According to Abud and Stryker, 1995, in Marsigit, mathematical skills consist of four things, namely, first, reasoning skills, including logical thinking, understanding negative examples, deductive thinking, systematic thinking, consistent thinking, drawing conclusion, determining methods, making reasons, and determining strategies. The second, algorithmic skills, including following steps made by others, making steps informally, determining steps, using steps, explaining steps, defining steps so that others can understand them, comparing various steps, and adjusting steps. The third, mathematical problem-solving skills include by understanding the subject matter, discussing alternative solution, breaking the main problem into small parts, simplifying the problem, using past experience and using intuition to find alternative solution, trying various ways, working cooperatively, systematically, recording what happened, checking the result by repeating the steps, and trying to understand other problems. The fourth, investigation skills, including by asking questions and determining how to get them, making and testing hypotheses, determining suitable information, and giving explanation why information is needed and how to get it, collecting and compiling and processing information systematically, grouping criteria, sorting and compare, trying alternative methods, recognizing patterns and relationships, and conclude. After we know the goals and values of mathematics education, now we must know learning theory. So the learning theory referred to here illustrates that students need to actively use mathematics with the aim of learning it. Mathematics concepts are interconnected. In this case, students need to understand an initial concept before studying the next topic. In this process, the most important thing is communication. Then, learning is also influenced by the classroom environment. Learning theory is generally divided into two streams, namely the flow of behavioral psychology and the flow of cognitive psychology. The following are some of the main learning theories and learning mathematics, according by Suhendra et al. 2007. The third point, teaching theory. Mathematics teachers should work towards two goals, teaching mathematics and promoting social justice. In essence, mathematics teachers should present mathematics knowledge to students either directly or indirectly and also conduct assessments, according to Martin 2009. In teaching mathematics, teachers can use a problem-solving approach, problem posing, open-ended, in their teaching curriculum and describe problems or topics from a relevant social context. Students in working can be done independently as well as in groups, meaning that by working independently, students further strengthen creativity and self-direction. And in group, students can build self-confidence and engage in communication with others. A more general view of the philosophy of mathematics education has the aim of clarifying and answering questions about the status and foundation of the object and methods of mathematics education. Ontology explains the basic nature of each component of mathematical education. Epistemologically explain whether all meaningful statements in mathematics education have a purpose and determine the truth. Based on Marsigé 2009. So guys, now I will explain to you about the third subtopic, namely mathematics education. Mathematics education, which in this concept is called school mathematics, is mathematics which is generally taught at the formal education level from elementary to high school level. Does not include the college level because in college mathematics is defined in the concept of mathematics as a science. Or pure mathematics. Mathematics education should be able to strengthen students. This means that students think mathematics in everyday life and are able to use it as a practice of applying mathematics. With the application of philosophy in learning in schools, the teaching and learning process will run effectively and efficiently. Philosophy benefits teachers as well as students. For teachers, with philosophy lessons, teachers will be understand the character of their students. Learning philosophy is thinking so that teachers can find out how far the mindset of their students in understanding mathematics. Finally, we go to the last subtopic, which is the relationship between philosophy of mathematics and mathematics education. So guys, the philosophy of mathematics includes ontology and epistemology. Ontology concerns the nature of mathematics, what is the essence behind mathematics, while epistemologically it is related to how to answer questions about mathematics, how to obtain and capture problems in mathematics. Mathematics education refers to the problem of learning and teaching. Towards learning in mathematics education, philosophy has a very important role. Philosophy also plays a role in creating a mathematics learning that allows students to build their logical thinking and build their mathematical knowledge. I think that all from me about our topic, philosophy of mathematics education. Please forgive me if I had mistake in my explanation on this video. I hope I will be better in the next chapter. If there are criticism or suggestion, you can write them in the comment column. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Bye bye guys, see you on the next video.